Are you a simp? Well, I sure am. Boy, what an intro to a video. Yes, I am a simp. A Simpsons fan. Hey everyone, this is John, GWC. John GWC here. Yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run. This is a game I have not played in a long time. I got this game Christmas morning for the original Xbox. It was great. It was sick. I loved it. So you know what? I haven't played it in a long time. People keep playing this game. This game is still very popular. So I want to see, does it still hold up? I think it does. I think it will hold up. Let's get into this bad boy. Let's see. Hey, it's Crispy the clown. Stupid thing he does. His models are kind of scary. That Krusty's kind of freaky. Hit and run Krusty can't hurt you. And then you see his model. It's kind of scary. You should have gone away from it.
Cola. Musket Buzz Cola.
For years, since I've played this game, I always do that stupid thing. If I'm going to go get something to drink, I'll do that same cadence with the in there too. Hey, it's Marge.
Homer. Homer.
I don't need the tutorials. My famous last words.
Homie, somebody ate everything. I need you to run to the store and get some of that ice cream with the
Oh, must have been one of our kids. Probably Millhouse.
You said it, Marge. That made a lot of sense.
Sweet.
I used to love that you could just kick anybody. It's just like, what a feature to put in a game. It's like the first thing you can do in a Simpsons game is kick Marge halfway down the block. And I know how wrong that sounds, but listen. When the developers showed this game to Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, they said they were scared, like, when they showed him the game. It's like, is he going to not like that you can kick Marge? Like, is he going to want this out of the game? And to their surprise, Matt Groening ended up kicking Marge all the way to, like, Springfield Elementary. He was like, oh no, I'm all for this feature. So if any characters get kicked, just know the creator of The Simpsons himself has done it and approves of it. I should go do that mission. You know what? Still drives pretty good, I will say. Controls are still pretty nice on it. Still holds up.
Oh, I forgot my mission.
Hey, it's that guy. He's no longer here in The Simpsons.
Hey, Apu, give me a cola and I need another bucket of ice cream with mini pies.
What happened to the ice cream with mini pies your wife bought this morning?
Oh, I probably ate it. I don't remember stuff too good.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly right now. Hold on, I got a modern day Simpsons that scene. Give me 1 sec.
Hey, Apu, give me a cola and I need another bucket of ice cream with mini pies. Oh, I probably ate it. I don't remember stuff too good.
Rest in peace, Apu. You will be missed. Hey, it's the old guy in the freezer.
Yeah, freezer burn on my beard.
Moon pies. What a time to be alive.
Casual, the moo. I want the chosen one. I want Stonecutter Homer. That's not funny. It's just like they made an open world Simpsons game. And it's like they added platforming. And you think, all right, it's probably not gonna feel good, but it surprisingly controls really nice. Like the platforming is pretty precise. Like yeah, but I remember there was some stuff later on that kind of got crazy, but I don't know. Like the controls on it are pretty tight. Like. You don't really see that a lot, especially with these kind of games. So the fact that the Simpsons game got it right and some other ones didn't, it's like you gotta fix your priorities.
You can drop it off on the way to work.
And I have to go to work?
I will say that Skinner photo they used for the icon's really funny. So sad. Like he just screwed up an unforgettable luncheon.
Fire in the hole.
Oh shit. Well, I forgot you can kind of run over kids in this game. Matt Groening didn't get this far in. It's kind of the fact you can run over a kid in a Simpsons game is kind of wild. Homer can go around kicking children. I can just be like, "Hey kid." Like the fact that's in a Simpsons game is kind of crazy. Hey, it's Ralph. His hair does not translate to 3D. It does not translate at all. And the Lisa model too. The head looks like Play-Doh.
I am too smart. I am too smart.
SMRT.
I mean,
SMART.
Go to Shelbyville and steal me some math books.
No. What I am gonna do though, I do want to be a stonecutter, but I know I think I have to buy Mr. Plow in a bit. So I can't as much as I want to. So no stonecutters for now. That song was catchy. That song was a bop. Listen, don't get it twisted. When the Simpsons did some songs, they had some hits on their hands. And that Stonecutter one, boy, that was a replay one. I kept replaying it over and over. And I was singing too. Like, I was hitting some notes. It was clean. I don't know if I can do it now, but back then, I could hit that theme clean.
Of its sight, who reads every Oscar night? We do.
Just playing this game just makes me want to watch The Simpsons. Just any episode, any season in general. I will say this now. I'm a big fan of The Simpsons. I think everybody is. I don't know a single person who's like, man, fuck The Simpsons. Like, it's such a great show. It's such a great animated series. And yeah, it's had a lot of weak years. I will say that. After the Post movie, had a lot of weak seasons. But they were consistent for a long time. I know people really love to hate, like, Post Season 9. But there's still some, like, gems in there. There are some really good episodes in some of those, like, later seasons. But I don't know, this series, this whole show is just great. There's so many quotables from this show that, like, they just keep coming up every day in my life. At some point, a Simpsons reference or something is gonna be up there. Like, if I was really trying to think when the Simpsons started to go down, See, here's the thing, because there are certain episodes that kind of signify the downfall, and even the creators themselves will admit too. Because there's the infamous episode, The Principal and the Pauper in Season 9, where they have Principal Skinner, where it's like, oh, it's not really him. The real Principal Skinner is this guy. There's that episode. And even the staff who worked on the episode in the commentary are saying, like, listen, we apologize for doing this. This is one of the worst episodes of The Simpsons. We don't know what we were thinking. Even they had to come out and say that was a stupid decision. But no, for me, shoot, I can't say there was like a single moment that was like, this is the end. Actually, never mind. There is an episode I can think of, and it's one that a lot of people do bring up, but it's an episode that is so baffling. When I saw it, I couldn't believe. I was like, they put this on TV? Like, they wrote this? And of course, I'm talking about that Lisa Goes Gaga episode of The Simpsons. That episode, still to this day, I'm just like, oh, okay. It's kind of like the anti-Simpsons like cameo of how they would usually do it, because you look at how brilliant they use like celebrity cameos in the older episodes, and to how they would actually integrate them into the episode in something kind of in line with the show's humor. Whereas that Lisa Goes Gaga episode, it really doesn't match the energy of the show. It's all about like, man, Lady Gaga is this and that, and no discredit to her. It's just the writing in the episode was garbage. Like, one of my favorite celebrity cameos on The Simpsons is probably the B Sharps episode, and they have George Harrison of the Beatles. They have a Beatle as a cameo, and you think, oh, they're gonna give him this big grandiose scene. He's gonna do this and that, and all they had George Harrison do was just say, oh, that plate of brownies are over there. Where Homer's like, oh my god, where'd you get that brownie? I got him right over there. What a nice fellow. That's like pretty much all he says in the episode. He says like another line at the ending, but like that's it. They got a beetle and he said 4 lines. The issue with like modern Simpsons is that they'll use like a celebrity and like they'll use them the whole episode, but they'll use them in such a lazy way.
You're late for work.
That's what I loved.
Your workplace
Even like the episodes that even some of the staff didn't like, I love. Like Homer at the Bat is a classic episode, and that features a lot of celebrity cameos, but it's so well done and so funny that I have no problems with it whatsoever because they used the celebrity cameos so well. But like that episode was one, and I don't know, just a certain style of writing that they did in those like season 20 of the Simpsons stuff where I really started falling out. Because even post movie, I would watch the Simpsons like every week. I would still watch it. And it wasn't like a thing of like, oh, I can't wait. It was more like, oh, Simpsons is on. Okay, I'll give it a watch. Just because I was such a big fan. So I would still watch. And then at some point, it just stopped where I was like, I'm good. Hey, Lenny. Pudding. I'm not supposed to get pudding in my eye. Shout out to all the Lenny heads out there. Big thumbs up to you.
I wonder if Barney still has the Plow King.
Yep, thankfully, I kept that money. I wanted to be a stonecutter, but I remembered you have to get the Plow King.
Barney, can I borrow the Plow King?
Take what you want, sexy leprechaun. Just don't shoot me with that dart gun. Oh.
Whatever.
What's that character's face in the back? You see that? She was contemplating life. Look at she's still there.
It's crashing time.
That was strange. But to finish my thought, the Simpsons, you know, I kind of stopped falling out in the season 20s. But even then, I'm not gonna let like those seasons ruin my love of the early ones, because the other older seasons of the Simpsons are great and classic, and comedy, and just in terms of comedy writing, they're so well written. God dang, I really just can't take this dude out. Come on, Smithers, I'm trying to take you out.
Looks harder than it is. Oh no, I have a wedgie.
My convertible.
I do still love this game because I just love in the first few missions of the game. I went and got something from the Quickie Mart. I drove to the school to go drop a project off for Lisa and race Skinner to beat him there. I went and got all of Ned's stuff that Homer stole, and I just drove Smithers off the road and blew his car up. If that isn't a Simpsons episode, I can't tell you what. That's why I like this game, because I feel like it got the Simpsons like feel so perfect. Like all this stuff, like the dumb little jokes and things the characters say are like written exactly like they would be on the show. And the missions themselves, some of them that they pull from like moments from the show, but even then, it really perfectly encapsulates a Simpsons episode in a playable form. I know another Simpsons game that people really told me about for a long time to play is the Simpsons movie game. I've never played that game, but people really keep telling me like, dude, it's good, play it. So one of these days, I should get on that. If it's really good, let me know, because I do plan to pick it up at some point and get it.
If you're so smart, how come
Oh, yeah, this is that platforming one. I remember this one being a little difficult. Let's see. Maybe it was a syndrome of me being bad at games as a kid. Because I will say, the one thing I've noticed is playing this now, I'm like, boy, this is pretty easy. I do know it gets difficult, believe me. Once you start getting to like Lisa and all that, that's when it starts getting tough. But I do remember as a kid, this taking a while to get here. I was either stuck on the Skinner race or I couldn't get past the Smithers part. Which, looking at it now, I'm like, how did I mess up on that? That Smithers thing was really easy. This is really easy. I was scared, like, oh shit, I'm on the timer. I didn't even need that much time. Shoot, I'm done. I love that feeling when you play a game as a kid and you're like, man, this game is impossible. Then you play the game, once you get a little older and better at games, you can understand some stuff, and you're just like, what was I complaining about? This is easy. But then there's the opposite of that, where there's a game you were really good at as a kid, where you were like dominating, you were great. And the second you try and play it as an adult, you start thinking, how did I ever beat this, or how did I do it? And there were a lot of games like that because I played a lot of NES games back then, and I got really good at a lot of those games, and I can't do it now. I don't know why.
Oh, you stupid
Oh boy.
son of a...
I just started the nuclear reactor. How did he do that? It wasn't even plugged into anything nuclear. I'm gonna try my best to not make this whole video just me doing Simpsons quotes, because I could go on for like an hour. This whole video could just be me doing Simpsons quotes and references. I'm gonna try and not do that. There are a lot of other YouTube videos about this game and that do it. I'm gonna try and be the one that doesn't, but believe me, it's hard. If I am gonna do one, it's gotta be from one of my favorite Treehouse of Horror, the Frogurt scene when he gets the haunted Krusty doll for Bart. But beware, it comes with a terrible curse. Ooh, that's bad. But it comes with a free Frogurt. That's good. A Frogurt is also cursed. That's bad. But you get your choice of toppings. That's good. And just the whole bit is so good. That Frogurt bit has killed me for years. Of my group of friends, that Frogurt bit comes up every other week. Someone will say something and either will go into that's good, that whole bit. It doesn't matter what the context is, like we'll improv the whole thing into whatever it is.
Leaving the famous bearded cartoon creator incarcerated in a Peruvian jail.
Ah, John K. He finally got what he deserved. Good. Ugh, I don't like how Quimpy looks. That's the only thing with this game. The cinematics are kind of scary looking. Although I will say there is one cool thing. There actually is a fan project going on right now that is remaking this game, and they're like hand drawing the cutscenes and making them actual 2D animation, and it looks really good. So I don't know when that's going to be finished or not, but like the progress I've seen so far looks great. So I'm excited that in this era we're getting a lot of cool fan projects and games. Like this game still holds up, and I know I was saying, it's like, is it gonna still hold up? It still holds up. It's still really good. It's a game. I wouldn't be mad if it got a remaster. If they said, hey, it's the game's anniversary. Here's the game on modern consoles, PS4, Xbox One, Switch. I'd absolutely be there and buy that. That'd be great. This was that era of like really good third-party games and adaptation games. Like a lot of the Nickelodeon stuff was pretty decent. A lot of the movie license games were really good. So this was a really good era for these kind of games. Like they all were hitting. So I think if they tried to actually bring this game to modern consoles, it would still hold up. I think this game upscaled if they went back and kind of either like redid the cutscenes or did like a second pass on them. Oh, I'd be there in an instant. Like I'd buy this day one. It absolutely is still a classic.
Not now, Homer. A new violent video game has hit the streets, and we need to get rid of it before it warps any children with its bloops and bleeps.
But that game sounds awesome.
And therefore should be destroyed.
I guess.
Last of Us Part 2 haters be like,
Everyone better stay out of my way.
am I wrong? Maybe. And believe me, I'm not gonna get into Last of Us Part 2 right now. I already did an hour-long video talking about that game. Well, the same Bone Storms remind me about that pudding game that Bart got for Christmas. He got you the game that all the young boys want. You got me Lee Carvello's pudding action. Great. All right. You have chosen 9 Iron. And the thing is, it's funny. That kind of happened to me when I got the Sega Game Gear. One of the games I got was a golf game. I was like, oh shoot, Sonic's on here. All these classic Sega games, and then I got the golf game, and it was pretty much the exact same thing as Bart. It was like, yeah, Thank you. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that golf game actually was kind of raw. That game was pretty good in the end. The opposite of Bart, I actually kind of liked it. And there's the classic Marge grunt. I'm happy we got to hear a classic Marge grunt in this. It's always very fun to do that stupid, just. I always like to just like go crazy with it, where it'll progressively get more extreme. Like it'll start off like kind of normal, then by after like a little bit, it just progresses into like I start to sound like the creature from the Fly. And since I'm on the topic of the Simpsons, it would be remiss of me if I didn't bring up Dark Simpsons. Dark Simpsons is a YouTube channel that does Simpsons recuts. They like will take Simpsons footage and recut it, and they'll like rotoscope parts out and like pretty much make their own custom episodes with the darkest subject matter and topics. And there are certain Dark Simpsons episodes that have had me in tears. How funny they are in the edits.
Check out those non-Skybox losers.
Hey, Homer's looking down his nose at us.
Let's take Mr. Figgy Pudding down a peg.
Heads up, Dad. Here comes the scum.
Kiss my curvy butt. Goodbye.
Hot fudge! Yar! It burns!
But then there are some that are just so uncomfortable that I'm like, alright, I need to go take a shower after watching this. Like, it's horrifying. But it's the duality of man, because there are also some Dark Simpsons where they actually try to make a serious story, and it's kind of effective where it's like, dang, they actually did a really good job. Like, it's really well edited. But boy, there are some dark ones in there that I'm just like, I have to give a warning. If you're going to go into Dark Simpsons territory, just know you might not be able to watch The Simpsons for a while. I'll say that much.
Hey, Homer. You look like you're having one of your trademark adventures.
Danger! It's crashing time! And people say I'm slow.
God, it's a car so far back. I'm not going to make it now. You saw how fast he was? He was zooming. He had like a huge ass start. I'm never going to catch up to Smithers. Or should I say,
Smithers. Yes.
I've been trying to do Mr. Burns' voice for years. I can't do it. I can only do him saying Smithers. That's it. I don't know why. There's certain voices I can do, and then there's certain ones I can only do by saying a word of that character. So for Mr. Burns, I can only do
Smithers.
But anything else, I lose it. The character I'm waiting to see, like, shoot, where is Mole Man at? I want to see my boy Mole Man. That's my favorite Simpsons character.
I'm Mole Man. Man getting hit by football. Didn't this used to have a war in it?
All right, that's it.
Did you see it?
I'm Hans Mole Man. Drinking has ruined my life. I'm 31 years old. Oh no, my brain.
God, there's so many good Mole Man quotes. Still one of my favorite Simpsons moments of all time is when when Mole Man's driving the car and he gets skidded off the road and he runs into a tree and he like stops right before the tree. He doesn't hit it, yet his car explodes. It doesn't matter how many times I see that. I'm always in tears after watching it. Oh my god. I swear if I lose right here, I'm right there. There it is. Woo, I barely made it. Barely.
T. Montgomery Burns, I know you're guilty. Accused!
Smithers, release the hounds. And if this oaf is an employee of the plant, fire him at once.
I'm king of the world!
Alright, I'm about to just dip. Oh yeah, I did all the story missions. Dang, I didn't realize how short Homer's section was. That's really the thing of childhood. I was on the Homer part. It felt like for days. I've only been playing for like, shoot, 30 minutes? I just beat the Homer part. Man, this really shows I've not played the game in a long time because I really thought the Homer part was way longer. Shoot.
I gotta get the new Bone Storm or I'll be as uncool as Millhouse. I'm standing right here, Bart.
They keep using that sad ass photo of Skinner. That face when the luncheon is forgettable. Yeah, to me, this is when the game starts to get tough because this section is where like you actually start getting some like tight like races. And it doesn't help that the level design in this area is much more like tight and you have to be precise and everything. But this might be another situation like the Homer ones where it's like, as a kid, I thought some of this stuff was really hard. It might be a thing where it's not bad because I've played so many other games and gotten better at games that this might be easy. And I'm saying might now. Like I said, it could change any moment. I could be like breezing through this, be easy breezy, and then all of a sudden it's just crazy difficult.
Jimbo Jones.
Some crazy lady destroyed all the rest.
When will they learn? Video games don't kill people, they just kill their minds. Perfection, thy name is Bart.
Truer words have never been said. This is what I used to look like before I played video games. This is what I look like after playing video games. Yeah, it's no joke. Enter Mose. It's the Love-Matic Grandpa. Dun 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 dun. While shopping for some cans, an old man passed away. Ha! I'm sure that part stayed in. I'm sure it didn't just cut weirdly in the middle of that sentence. Anyway, let's look at weird 3D Mo. An angle you never want to see Mo from. The front facing forward towards you. I forgot what episode did. There was some episode where they did that, where they had like Mo, the photo taken forward, and it was cursed.
Sorry, Bart. I can't serve booze to a minor. It ain't right.
I'm here to buy fireworks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did you see it?
Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the game. Oh! She needs premium! Premium! Dude! I'm sorry, I said I wasn't gonna do that. It's tough with this game. It's really biting fingers to not do the references from the show. Come on, I couldn't pass up that one. That one is really good though.
Now who would have a World War II radio? That guy that sells all those grenades to Nelson might. I better check.
Go to Herman. Also, why is Frank facing forward like that? It's like, you know, he has to show dominance. Nothing says showing dominance like looking face forward and being a cartoon. All right, there's Wiggum. Why does he look like that? They did him kind of dirty in this. Why do you have like that kind of pursed lip? Like kind of thing. It's kind of weird. It was crazy. I was looking up something about how much the voice actors make on The Simpsons. They make a lot of money doing these voices. When people say, it's like, man, how can these people still do the voices in the show all these years? Like, I forgot how much. They make like $100,000 or something per it's like $300,000 per episode. And there's 24 episodes in a season. Like, if I was making that kind of money, I'd still be doing the voice, because like the actress who does the voice of Marge, she obviously these days cannot hit the voice as consistent. It's like a tough voice for her to do. But it's like, if I was making like 12 or so million a year to do the voice, shoot, I'll do it, because it's 12 million. Shoot, I'd do a voice on The Simpsons for $5 and a can of Coke. Diet Coke. Coke Zero. Crystal Coke. That one Coke that was coffee. I'll do it for that. I'll go on The Simpsons for an expired soda just to be able to say I was on The Simpsons. And they're getting paid to do it, so it's like, Dude, I would be there in a heartbeat.
Great, now I'm losing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's like, I can't believe this dummy went for that. He could have won the race. Wait, I have to do this again? This was like 5 minutes ago. I have to do all this again.
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I ever heard.
So while I get back there's a little story I want to say. And it's one that's kind of crazy. So my earliest memory in life that I can recall, and I'm talking earliest possible memory, and I still remember it vividly to this day. I had to have been possibly 1.5 maybe. Maybe 2, I don't know. But I know for sure I was in a crib and I was picked up and put in the crib. But I still remember to this day being in the living room at my old place, and they had the crib in the middle of the living room, and on the TV was The Simpsons. And I remember it was The Simpsons. I don't know what episode it was, but The Simpsons has such a unique visual style with the characters being yellow that it stands out. And I still remember being in the middle of the living room in that crib, and I could see through the little screen they had, and I was watching Simpsons. And that's the earliest memory I have in life. Like almost 30 or so years ago. Almost. And I still remember that. Like my earliest memory. I've always found that story kind of cool. Like the first memory of my life is Simpsons. There's my Gaming with Class trivia for the video. So when you go to a bar and they have trivia night, and they're going to ask you a question about Gaming with Class, don't worry, they're going to ask you. It's going to be on there next to the Star Trek cards and all that. It's going to say, what was Gaming with Class's first memory of being alive? And when you put down watching The Simpsons in his crib, you're going to win that gift card to Buca de Beppo's, and you're going to put it in your wallet, and you're going to forget about it, but you'll have won because of my trivia answer. Oh yeah, I won the race, and then the whole time I was just talking about that thing. Yeah.
If you help me scoop up my flat meat, sophisticated city youngster, those darn revenuers don't like me selling roadkill.
Avoid Apu. I hate the missions where you're forced to drive someone else's vehicle because their vehicles suck. Like this truck is garbage. It's like it's so slow. Like it takes years to turn and get this thing like started. I think Apu kind of fast. Everyone else was slow as molasses to get away from, but Apu kind of on me. It's kind of scary. I think that scene in T2. This dude is on me.
Oh dear. Now you've done it.
Oh no, my brains.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Hi, everybody. My monkeys have escaped. Can you catch them for me? I'll be so grateful.
Why won't they come back to you?
Because I have tortured them horribly, silly.
There's no way I'll be able to fit all those monkeys in my car.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Let me go get Mr. Plow right now. Why, our prices are so low, you think we've suffered brain damage. You are fully bonded and licensed with the city. Shut up, boy. I
need your truck, Homer.
fucking love The Simpsons. That's that stupid part where when he does that stupid grunt toward Bart. Can't get over that. I'll still sometimes just be like, I'll do that stupid sound he does. Oh, if I'm gonna start talking about Simpson sounds that are stuck in my brain, the sound that is ingrained in my head, and I've been trying to do it for years, I can't do it, is the episode with Mark Hamill.
Hey, I thought you twisted your ankle.
Well, see, the thing about that is...
He does this ridiculous sound, and it's so funny. that sound, I'll sometimes just be somewhere random and that sound will pop into my head. I'll have to stop what I'm doing, go to YouTube and look it up. It's it's one of those iconic ones. Oh man, that scream Homer does when he's setting up La Grill. One of the greatest Homer screens in all the Simpsons. Where it's like, how's your father taking to doing the grill? Oh, let me check. And he does that crazy high-pitched scream. It's like I think it's the loudest and highest that Homer has ever hit. It's like, I don't know how Dan Castellaneta did it, but that scream is perfect. Alright, I just have to make this jump and not miss, and we're gravy. Got it. This mission kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie, this was one mission probably I do not like. Like, the collecting stuff is like, it's okay. It just was not as smooth as it should be. You really had to go out of your way to get some of these, and having to get out of the car and all this, like, was not a fan. God, I'm sick of talking to this guy. Let's draw the cell phone users cards before the time runs out. Oh, you lucky. One more hit'll do it. One more dab will do you. All right, 2 more. There we go. Oh God, there's more. Gotta go through this garbage again. Okay, I will say this: the cars are kind of getting on my nerves. Like the other cars, like, keep getting in the way. It shouldn't be that hard to do this, but like they swerve into you, like almost on purpose. Is this Mole Man in the card?
Oh, now you've done it.
You're gay for Mole Man. No, you're gay for Mole Man.
No one's gay for Mole Man.
I'm really trying not to. Just like my brain is just in Simpsons mode now. Like probably after this, I'm probably gonna just go marathon some Simpsons episodes. I'm gonna go be a simp head, which is probably the worst thing you could say. If someone was watching this video right now, they probably shut it off right there. Shoot, they might have shut it off in the beginning, to be honest. You know, I can't blame them. Oh my God, how long is this mission? How many of these cars do I gotta destroy? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this mission. You know, I was complaining about that monkey one. Shoot, let me go back to that one. I hate having to drive in the same path, dodge these cars that keep turning into me, and hit this stupid thing. It's legit the worst mission I played so far. It's annoying. Listen, no game is perfect, except for Kingdom Hearts 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3, and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, and The Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker, and Persona 5, and Dark Cloud 1, and Final Fantasy X. Shoot, I gotta hurry up. I might not beat this. Oh my, yo, if I fail this because of these stupid cars, I'm done. Oh, thank you, game. That was scary. I almost would have flipped. I would have flipped this monitor. I would have picked up my controller violently and set it softly on the table, then cleared my head. Then I would have went and thrown it at the wall. In that order. Right, this better be it. I'm sick of these Frank missions.
Yes, everybody do the Bartman.
See, it reminds me of that episode when it's and Kate and Kodos take over the presidents, and Homer's in the ship and is like, "All right, Homer, you got to get us out of the pods. Don't worry, guys, I got you." And he hits the button that shoots him out into space. See, this video sucks. All I've been doing is referencing Simpsons for like an hour and a half. People could have been like, I could have just went and watched The Simpsons myself. Did you really need you to poorly describe it? And the answer is yes. Yes, you do. Pleads to light. Give back, boy. Give us back the boy. I already made it this far. I didn't think I was going to make it this far into the game. Shoot. This game is kind of a lot shorter than I expected. I guess I really was just terrible at games as a kid. Because it took me a hot minute before I got here as a kid. Man, I'm bad. Bad with class is the name now. Oh, man. Mediocre with class. Hey, it's itchy and scratchy. Shit, I didn't even talk about that. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. You know, I have to stop at some point. Because at a certain point, this video is going to be me referencing The Simpsons. It cannot be that. But, yeah, shoot. Simpsons Hit and Run. Still really good. This is still a really fun game. There's some jank stuff in there, like the monkey mission I wasn't too big on, and like the mission destroying the cars. I really wasn't a big fan, but everything else is nice. You know, it still controls good. As a nice, like, kind of arcadey racer, it feels nice. It's really good. And it's a game that, you know, people are still playing. This game is still talked about in high regard and absolutely deserves all the praise. It's still really good. So, you know what, that's going to be it for me here. Thanks very much for watching along this video. I hope to see you again next time. And as always, I'm John GWC. And you know what? I have to go now. My planet needs me. See you later.